Hey guys, welcome to Unleash Podcast brought to you by Hidden Gene, where we talk about how to unleash your hidden potential. I'm your host, Yuri, and we have a great episode for you today featuring Greg McCoy. Welcome back, Greg.
Hey, Yuri. Thank you.
Before we jump into today's topic, we would like to invite you to subscribe to this podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. You can always visit hiddengene.net and look at all episodes there. And if you live in the area and you have not been at Hidden Gene, please visit hiddengene.net and grab a free trial pass and come train with us. Greg McCoy, welcome back. You were the first guest for the Unleash, and now we are closing this year after 23 great episodes to talk about what's next.
Hey, Yuri. Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's always fun to catch up with you. And then, I thought it would be fun to kick off 2022 together on the podcast here. Look back at last year and look ahead to 2022. So, thanks for having me. You've done an excellent job as a host. I really appreciate all that you've done for us. So, yeah, let's have a good chat.
Yeah, I think the diverse group of people that we got in this podcast was really great. We had Dr. Patel, we had trainers, we had so many great guests throughout the year. So I think it was really a good year with different personas, different backgrounds, insights. So I think it adds a lot, not only to the gym members, but everyone that is following the show.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, we named the podcast Unleashed after our kind of tagline of Unleash Your Hidden Potential. And as everyone knows, it's no easy task to find the potential within you. So I thought it's been super cool to hear from experts in different fields, to hear from trainers as well as successful clients and successful members, and try to hear directly from them what made them successful, and then being able to build on the knowledge base of the listeners on from these experts in different areas of fitness and health, how they can further move along their journey.
Yeah, and I have an interesting statistic here. When I was looking at for this show, I grabbed some statistics for Spotify actually. I don't
Cool.
have for the Apple, but for the Spotify, the most played episode was the one with Baker Shields.
Really,
Yeah,
Baker? All right, the young gun
yes,
pulling in the views.
yeah, yeah. And then the second one was Casey Burnett.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So social media influential young guys are our most popular guests.
yes, exactly. Well, they one of the advantage that I know for the fact is that Baker. I remember as soon as the episode was out, he was advertising a lot. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
helps, right? So
sure.
if you are on the show, make sure that you advertise your own episode because that helps.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's cool. And both of those guys are young, up and coming entrepreneurs, as well as very fit and have fitness things that you can aspire to. So those are both great guests. I know I've enjoyed listening to all of the episodes, and and certainly on your perspective going into each episode has been really, really good. I think you have you're able to adapt, and you've been through so much in your own fitness journey. You can pretty much relate to anyone and everyone that we brought on. Is there a conversation in particular that you enjoyed more?
Well, I really enjoyed. Well, there are so many. It's hard to pick one, but
Yeah.
I like a lot the episode with Mark Diaz, the Fit Over 50. I think as I'm 3 years away from 50, so
Yeah.
it was really a good conversation to understand the mindset and everything. I think it was really good. The one with Michael Mash was also really good. The barbell rehab. I like that one as well. I mean, there are many others, but Those are the two ones that come to my mind first. Now, another interesting fun fact: when we look at Spotify, the top 5 countries that are listening to this podcast worldwide, number one, of course, is United States. Number two, Germany. Number three, Ireland. Number four, Australia. And number five, Brazil.
Interesting. Well, I can only guess where the Brazilians came from.
Yeah.
You might have something to do with that. And then, I would probably credit Australia to Tana. I mean, she's been working with Riderwear, an Australian-based clothing brand for, I think, more than 2 years now. So
Eh,
her face circulates Australia a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised with Germany as number two.
Yeah,
Number two, Germany. Wow, that's a lot of interesting people in Germany to listen to the podcast.
maybe it's Baker or Casey. Maybe they have some German stuff going on that we don't know about. No, but it's super cool, and it's as many of you guys know that have listened to us or read any of my social media stuff before about the gym. But our three core values are philanthropy, community, and education. And I really have enjoyed the educational agenda we've been able to put together. And 2021, we had, a pretty action-packed agenda. I mean, we've had multiple certifications hosted at the gym for trainers, both on the rehab side, on the fitness side, on the mental performance side. And then, for the members themselves, we've done fat loss stuff, we've done hormone stuff, we've done muscle building. There's been just a ton of great classes for people to learn from. So I know that this podcast definitely pulls out that pillar. And then next year, we've got already a pretty cool agenda starting to form up, especially through the first half of the year. So it will continue. This podcast will continue to reflect what we're doing in Allen and in our upcoming gym downtown. So it will be fun to continue moving along.
Do you already have inauguration day for the new gym?
That is the million-dollar question that plagues me daily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's so the new facility, we were supposed to be open in September. Anyone that's ever done anything with construction knows that those timelines generally move and not sooner. And then the COVID complications really started to hit the supply chains of every industry, here towards the end of the year, more so than the summer. So we had, multiple delays with concrete, with glass, with steel, that have just continued to push the project back. And we do construction meetings weekly, and the last one that we had, we are on pace for beginning of February. So we'll see if that date holds or not. We're kind of at the mercy of a lot of different things that go into, bringing a gym to life.
So the attempt to be first quarter.
Yeah. It was, I definitely September was the goal. And then, I've been saying all along, if we could open, before New Year's, that would be my ultimate deadline. Unfortunately, that's, obviously we're recording this here on the 28th, so it's in 3 days, that we're not going to make that.
Yeah.
So, which is sad because, the campus really, had a pretty good, tenant move-in, push at the end of the year. And, all those people, like everyone else in January, are excited about new possibilities and wanting to be healthier. And they're in a new office environment, hoping to establish some new routines. But, we'll get there as soon as we can. It's you can only control so much in a situation like this. So we're trying to get it open as quick as we can.
Yeah. And for the headquarter in Allen, I'll call headquarter. Do you have any plans for expanding or new machines, or you pretty much fill out all the space? Because I remember talking to you some time ago that you were planning to expand a little bit to the side, to the back, something like that.
Yeah, we actually did that. In October, we put in flooring and cleaned out a backspace. For those of you that are super OG members might remember that when we first bought the gym in 2019, the back was home to a physical therapy office, Jones Elite Athletics, and they were great. They were a tenant of ours, and they occupied that back area at the end of the sprint tunnel. And they unfortunately, after COVID, weren't able to continue with us. And so that space was kind of unused for close to a year. And then in October, we cleaned it up. Ignite Health and Wellness, they moved to one area. So our chiropractors expanded their operation. Now they're offering, the Normatec boots and a few other additional recovery services that are great. Those guys are so busy and so good. The members love them. And we honestly even just get guests coming through just to see them.
Awesome.
So they occupied a part of it. And then we put flooring into the back. We moved a couple pieces from the main floor to the back, and then we bought arrived in November 6 new pieces from a manufacturer called Real Leader that has some great plate loaded as well as pin select pieces that we added 6 pieces of theirs right there at the end of the year.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the big thing for just a little insight for those listening and from us as a company. We bought the gym and signed on to a remaining bit of a lease. We were able to renew that lease for an additional 5 years with another 5-year option. So starting in 2022, we've got a minimum of 5 years in the same location there. So that gives us the security to do a little more work in the space without fear of having to move or uproot at any point.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now,
So yeah, we'll always we charge an annual enhancement fee. Our members know this. It's a one time a year. It's an additional $30 on top of your dues, and that literally just gets put aside in a savings account that is dedicated to improving the gym. So we want that gym to feel as new today as it did in March of 2019. So it should hopefully the members feel this, that we're always improving something in the facility that benefits them. Not of course we've had, like everyone, huge increases in cleaning supplies and everything related to running a safe facility in 2021. But we don't touch that account for those type of things. It's mainly building improvements and new machines, and we do take some of that money to maintenance machines and make sure that everything's working all the time, so that you can use what you're paying for. So that's something that's super important for us, is keeping the facility growing, improving, and in tip-top shape.
do you have any? I'm not sure if you have this number in your head right now, but the growth of the gym as far as members throughout the year?
Yeah, I don't know in percentage-wise. I know my revenue numbers by heart, but I'm not going to share those.
Of course.
But yeah, I know we're knocking on the door of just around 1,000 members, and I think when we bought the gym, it was something like 100. So it's been a big growth year after year since we've been there, and it's always funny when you live and breathe something. You feel like, how could people not have heard of this yet?
Yeah.
Because you work so hard to market it, and we've made a big splash in a short amount of time. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people, within 2 miles of Hidden Gym that still don't know about it. So we're still in that awareness phase and just trying to be a household name in our market, and that takes work, but it compounds over time, and the more people that arrive and have a great experience, tell their friends, and it gets better and better each year that goes on. So it contributes a lot of that to our growth.
But I would say one thing: of all people that I interview, that ones that work at the Hidden Gym and all the ones that just train or they have clients at Hidden Gym, one thing, one topic came to discussion all the time. It was almost like a pattern. They always said that one of the best things about the gym is the environment. I try to even ask them about the equipment and everything, and they emphasize the variety of the equipment and everything, but they always emphasize that one of the best things about the gym is the environment, right? It is really the the welcoming environment, people help each other. They said that this is probably the best part of the gym.
Yeah, that's incredible to hear because that's exactly true. I mean, um, a room full of the best equipment in the world is nothing. Uh, if that was the definition of a good gym, it sure would be a lot easier to have good gyms everywhere.
Hmm.
Um, but the reality of it is, it's the people that occupy the gym and the feeling that you get when you walk in. And in my opinion, this is something that we work on. We have articulated this, and we have strategy to keep this going. But it starts with the inner team, and that's the people that are spending 40, 50 hours a week there. If that team is happy and healthy and focused on the right things, that goes out to the next layer, which is our trainers and independent contractors, and from there, our members, clients, and then kind of the last layer would be like our fans and followers. So, we work on each of those layers and try to make sure that that positive vibe that you feel continues and is managed and continues to be a strong point for us as a gym.
Yeah, yeah, and when you are able to create such an environment, and on top of that you have great equipment, then you have really a perfect place to develop yourself and to continue to grow. A lot of people, they even say that they love to work at home, but they feel so much more empowered when they go to the gym. uh, Giovanni, for example, he said that on his interview that he loves just to be there and get the extra push. Giovanni
Yeah.
is your client, as you know.
Hmm. Yeah, it's in our industry as a whole, this conversation goes on about what gym members like, and you can categorize them as people that enjoy working out by themselves. These are the people that have home gyms or go running in the park. And then there's the people that like to work out by themselves, but in the presence of others.
Hmm.
I fall into this category. I don't like classes. I don't want to be in a group setting. Like, I prefer to train like either by myself or with one or two training partners. But I like to be in the environment there's other people there. I can feed off of their energy. It's a fist bump here, a fist bump there, and someone that knows what you're training for. And then the far end of that group is people that want to train in a group, in a class led by an instructor. So we would definitely work towards all those categories. But really, our bread and butter is the people that know what they want to do, but they like to be in the presence of like-minded people, and get a energy from the environment that they're working out in.
And the range, I see also that the range of people that are at the gym is expanding. It's not only the young folks. We have a lot of mid 40s, mid 50s, and which is interesting because it matches also with the numbers of the podcast. One
Hmm.
interesting data that I have here, for example, is that 39% of the listeners are between the age of 28 and 34 years old. And then we have a 22% around 23 and 27 years old, and 22% around 35 and 44 years old. So we got from the 20s to the mid 40s all covered, right? So
Yeah.
it kind of matches with what I've seen when I go there to train. I see a lot of people across all the age range, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, it's cool. I was actually talking about this with another entrepreneur friend of mine, and he asked me about my demographics, and we of course there are demographics, like we can pull the statistics like you're talking about, male versus female and different age groups, but I really feel like the hidden gym members and future members, they fit more of a mindset, or a psychographic, as marketers call it. It's people that like to work hard. It's, fitness is a top three priority in their life. They are looking to get to the next level. We rarely have someone join Hidden Gym that's coming off the couch. It happens. We do get those clients, and I'm thankful for those people because they're coming into a place that's going to speed up their results exponentially, in my belief. Um, but in general, we are and two, the people will try to pigeonhole gyms as a bodybuilding gym or a powerlifting gym or
Uh-huh.
a CrossFit gym, and we serve all those sports or disciplines, I guess you could call it, boxing. But what really draws it all together is that it's a work hard gym. It's people that like to work hard. They like to show up to the gym with intention, and then when they get to rubbing off on each other, no matter what discipline they prescribe to, the benefit is improvement in all across all those people.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned boxing, and that's another huge thing I believe in the gym because Tony does such a great job with the fitness aspect of boxing. I interviewed him recently, and he said, "Yeah, I'm not only training professional athletes. I'm training people only if they want to get in shape by leveraging boxing and movements from boxing perspective. So they have a lot of group class. I know that you said that group class is not something for you, but for the average people that want to do something based on the motivation of others, be part of a big group, a group class is pretty cool, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, Tony does an amazing job. He's such a great guy. He knows his stuff, and he's a great motivator, and he really cares about people and what their goals are. But yeah, it's a classes are great for a lot of people, maybe that are don't know their way around a weight room or have trouble making it to the gym. Life is busy, or they've just got other priorities. Knowing that there's people that waiting for you, knowing that there's a time on the schedule that you have to show up if you want to work out. There's all kinds of commitment devices and motivators built into a class setting that helps make people successful that might have a harder time showing up kind of when they've only accountable to themselves.
Now we so far we only talk about the Greg gym owner. What about the Greg
Yeah.
trainer? Are you opening more spots next year? Are you planning to compete again next year? Because this year was a great year for you competing, right? You won a show,
Yeah.
so tell us about that.
Yeah, 2021 was a successful year in all accounts. I did miss one of the goals I had set for myself, which was to win an open overall. I've won the light heavy class. I don't know how many times, in my career now, probably close to 10 times. But I've only come away with two overalls. So I was hoping that this year the result would be a class win and an overall win at a local show. And then I did go try my hand at national level bodybuilding for the first time. I've competed nationally before in classic physique, but this year I wanted to do it as a light heavyweight bodybuilder. And I finished mid pack. It was definitely an eye opening experience, to I have rarely ever placed outside of the top five in Texas. Usually it's a first or a second. And so to go there and end up in probably somewhere around the 25th placement out of 40 people, was eye-opening. Not, and that's, honestly, I wasn't expecting too much more than that, but the level of quality at the national level is it's just crazy. So it was humbling in a motivating way. I didn't feel like I didn't belong, but I felt motivated to try to measure up to that level of athlete. So yeah, next year, Ton and I usually take a pretty good anniversary trip at the end of March. So I don't like to be in any kind of contest prep in that time. So the soonest I could really start a prep would be in the middle of April. So I'd be looking at something in the August, September timeframe, which might be North Americans again or Masters Nationals. So that will be, and I'll probably do another local show as well just to secure a qualification for the next year while I'm in shape.
Nice. And what about the Greg trainer? Are you full? Are you opening more spots to people to train with you?
Yeah, so I really have tried to move into a head coaching role as opposed to too much of a trainer per se, and I'll kind of explain the difference. as Greg, the trainer, is working on, with one client in the hour and the details of programming and nutrition for a single client. And now, as we've grown our training staff, we're doing training and employing trainers for the first time in a long time. And so I'm really working on training the trainers and developing our team, and building those coaches up, because we're getting more and more clients than I could ever handle. And so the best way I can make an impact on people is, to place them with good trainers, and to do that really requires a lot of attention to the trainers. So I oversee a lot of the programming that goes out, a lot of the nutrition plans that go out. I've kind of still have my stable of clients that have been with me for a long time that I still consult with and see, on a one-on-one basis. You being one of those. Um, but I don't anticipate taking on any new clients that I would be working with on a one-on-one basis. More so, I'll be kind of doing checks and balances and audits, I guess you could say, on how our clients of the gym and of our training team are doing, which has been a fun role. And one of my focuses of last year has been on the behavior coaching and mental coaching side, because I just feel like, have become very, very good at all the hows. We can create the best diets, we can create optimal training programs, we can set your cardio up. We know what supplements all these people need to be taking to get where they want to go. The harder part is adherence. It's getting people to do it. So I've really been trying to study more on how to get the best behavior out of more people, which hopefully benefits our members as well as our training clients.
And this is not only for like regular weight loss or body transformation type of client. This is also for prep clients, right? So for
Yeah.
clients that are looking to do a show, it will go through this schema as well.
Exactly. It's I know that probably sounds, especially if you're a high performer, maybe like elementary type stuff, but the reality is, all these professional athletes nowadays are working as much with mental performance training as they are physical performance training, and having the mindset to be successful and consistent, and to really focus on what you're doing in the moment, and improving intentionally. It takes a certain amount of focus that doesn't come natural for most people. So, everybody's got a gap of where they are to where they want to be. And I, have found in myself, and as well as coaching clients, that there are definitely, mental strategies and mindset strategies that you can use to close that gap much faster, and really get the most out of your training. And it's not groundbreaking stuff. And when you hear it, it sounds like common sense, but the reality is there's so much to be gained from it. So, that's been one of my areas of focus this past year.
No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And you said that the on this new format you have trainers that will be working with you. So when a client hires you, there'll be someone interacting with them. How that works is through the website, through the app.
Yeah, so we tell our clients, and in the description here, you're not hiring a trainer, you're hiring a team, and that team includes a head coach, which is me, overseeing everything that we're doing, and then more than likely you'll have one, maybe two trainers that are more dedicated to you than really anyone else. That would be the person, especially for those coming into the gym, that you're going to see on once, twice, three, four, even five times a week for some of our clients. They'll be the ones with you day in and day out. And then we've got two nutritionists on staff that solely focus on nutrition for our clients. And then there's the support roles, the administrative help of, if you've got blood work done, we're putting that in your file. If you've had a body scan done, we're putting that in your file. We're reminding you when your photographs are due if you're doing visual check-ins. So it's a team of about 8 people that are really focused on our client base as a whole, as opposed to a one-on-one training relationship all the time.
And this is not only for local clients. This you can do this same kind of schema for anyone, anywhere in the in the globe, basically. So if
Yeah.
you have someone in Germany that wants to hire you, they can do that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We work remotely with many of our clients, and that's done. All of our clients use our app, which has their training programs in it. It's got a messenger feature where we can communicate back and forth. We do a lot of video messaging, and we started on the technology side. We're using a new tool now where we're able to record screen on screen. And so it might be if you've submitted a video, for instance, of your squat, one of our trainers can have their face on the screen, pause and play the video as needed, draw on it, and provide feedback. So one of the bright sides, obviously, of what happened in 2020 is all of the tools of working remotely have evolved at a very fast pace. And we're trying to take advantage of those tools just like everyone else. So providing a good experience remote is something that we're hopefully getting better at, and we'll continue to do next year.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So the level of interaction is just got to a different level now, because you can even make corrections on the exercise. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the what you're able to do remote is it's expanding better and better. So for us to be able to coach, of course you can never quite exchange like what it is being there in person and touching a knee or grabbing an elbow or making that correction, but it's the gap is much closer than it used to be. So not only are you going to get a video either recorded by us or chosen by us that's going to show you how to do that exercise, if you do want to submit your own exercise execution, we can provide feedback on that. So that's been a very cool tool that we just started to use, and will hopefully be one of our main tools next year.
Is this tool built in or part of the same trainer app, or this is a different app?
No, I wish that it was. That capability isn't wrapped into their kind of suite of services yet. So what we do now is we'll record that video, and all it does is generate a link, and we put the link in the messenger.
Oh, okay.
So you never have to leave the app. We send you the link, via app, and you click on it and can watch it from there.
Right, cool. Maybe this is a feature request that they will see as important to incorporate, because I'm pretty sure those guys are always working to improve the app, which has improved a lot over the years.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Greg, that's was a really good conversation. We are already 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes in. Time goes by really fast. I'm really looking forward to see what we're gonna have next year. I'm pretty sure that you are already working on a good lineup, because this is gonna be the first episode of 2022, and after that we have a lineup of guests to continue unleashing your full potential.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it, both as someone hoping to grow the podcast as well as a listener myself. So it's going to be a good year. I'm positive for. So thanks, Yuri, for all of your hard work, and best of luck as we create another year of good episodes.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to receive notifications when new episodes come in. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. We are all there. And hiddengym.net. See you again next time.